Right, hello everyone. Welcome back to
Hello.
another bingo round. Today our teams are the Arbiters against the Champions. I'm Fluffy, I play a lot of World Server challenges, and today I'll be commentating with Martin.
Hello, you can know me as an artist on Twitter. I took a part in Rain World Art Month, the last one. I'm also taking a little bit of participation in this glorious
Of course,
event.
we've got to be playing this too. Well, we'll get off started then, and we'll spin the wheel to find out what the teams will be playing.
Please, Gorm.
The Survivor.
Vanilla.
I'll check in with them. Very normal Slugcat. There's worse, but there was also better. I'd personally really like to play a Spearmaster match.
My favorite is a Gorm.
Gourmand, really?
Gourmand is incredibly paradoxal. It's slow but fast, it's weak but strong.
I played it again recently and I just can't get into it. Like, I get crafting and ridiculous slides are good, but exhaustion every 5 seconds just isn't for me.
But you can craft the Singularity Bomb.
That is true. It's pretty good for those points goals that come up. Like, you just throw it at a scavenger hole and that's 80 points all at once. What?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're checking in with both teams to see if either of them wants to veto Survivor. It's a pretty safe option to stick with Survivor, but they might want something more interesting. We're going to have to find out.
Maybe the players will be bored and say, let's go, play in.
Let's go. Oh wow, in bingo, it would just be dying for 2 hours straight. That would be impressive if anyone could get a single goal in that time. Right. Now, what I really think would be interesting would be seeing Saint in a bingo.
That would be
that inability to kill enemies, it's really interesting.
Yeah, we all know that the half of the budget to the Rain World Downpour went to the Saints campaign.
Of course,
so...
yes. If you're remaking most of the world.
So because of this, the rules can be a little bit different.
I'll make a few changes to make the goals possible. Right. It looks like we might be sticking with Survivor for this match.
Ow.
No red lizards, no king vultures, just a nice calm trip around Rain World.
Lame.
Yeah. We've just got confirmed we are going to go with Survivor.
So let's see the bingo itself.
Ooh. And here comes the bingo board. There we go. Interesting. I'm seeing shelter
Much
with 4 vulture
awesome.
masks.
Ooh,
That's
that's
a lot of
actually
vulture masks together.
bringing Jetfish through the 2 gates.
That one's not too bad because garbage waste has a lot of water in it, so you can just bring it across there.
Yeah. What's
Then
more?
is that
Okay.
we've got tamer blue lizard up there too.
Storing 3 colored pearls in the shelter of
Oh,
this pipe yard yet again.
fun. Let's not see pipe yard this time, perhaps. That's a total of 280 points. It could take them a few cycles to build that up.
Chimney
And
canopy that looks to the moon.
chimney can, yeah, not too bad.
Yeek
We've
to
got
drainage
bringing the
system.
yeek to
Oh.
drainage. That's a difficult goal.
All yeeks are living in
They're
outer
only in
expanses,
outer extents. Not even
and
sunken pier too.
I remember I've seen some yeeks in farmeries.
That's only for rivulet and saint, I believe.
Is it?
They don't spawn there for
Ooh.
survivor.
Ooh.
So that goal could be an interesting one. And if we're crossing farmer race, there's that don't touch spore puffs goal, which could make things very interesting.
Players can go through the way of the sunk pipes, but in the farm race, but it will be funny.
It would be highly entertaining. We're throwing 6 spears at egg bugs in the middle there as well. There aren't that many egg bugs in close areas for survivor.
There are egg box in outskirts.
Yes, there is one, but you don't want to spend 6 cycles farming a single egg bug.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember where they live. I remember
I know there's
in
another one in Sky Islands.
outskirts farmer race also.
Yes, there's some there too. There's one in Sky Islands also.
And I
There's
think
not a
that's
lot of
all.
egg bugs in Survivor's map.
And I think that's all. Yeah.
That might be it.
Okay.
Yep. And then we
Wait.
go.
If I make mistake, in pipe yard, there are also in outer expenses. There
Oh,
where
of course there are. Oh, we've gone down to only 2 egg bugs now, so they won't have to run around quite so much of the map.
yeah, that sounds more fair and
Definitely.
less sadistic.
Now, I really want to see someone go for this Escape a Leviathan's Bite goal. If you get it right, that could be a very quick goal. I see points in a cycle just dropped right down to 90. Should be much more achievable for Survivor.
That's interesting. We have bringing 2 jetfishes through bringing jetfish through 2 gates, but
Yes.
also the closest one gate
into garbage waste.
Garbage waste. So you have
that's interesting. Aha, and now we're re-rolling jetfish, so we won't have to worry about that. Oh, what are we going to see? A white squid cater through 2 gates. And that's a much nicer one. There's even a white squid cater in outskirts. And they're all over the map. So long as we don't get a shaded citadel spawn, we should see that goal pretty quickly.
Is this the red purple or the red pearl from Farmer Race?
I think it is the deer pearl. Oh, I can't wait to see people going for that.
So let's make a quick check. Shoreline, view with drainage, a little bit.
Got to go up to.
Canopy.
Got bringing a black
Yard,
squid cater into shaded citadel. Where's the closest black squid cater spawn?
if I don't make a mistake, in Industrial, if there are, I don't remember there. No, wait, I remember them in Outskirts, but then I remember Squid Gators in Industrial.
I think, yeah, it's either industrial or garbage wastes would be the best way to get one in there. Because there's some squid caters that spawn in the room next to a couple away from the gate.
No. I remember there are no Squid Gators in Industrial. So basically,
That's inconvenient. So that means
Oh.
drainage system past that scavenger toll is really your best bet for getting a squid cater into shaded. That'll be interesting for the runners to figure out.
So basically, if for getting this square, they will need to bring the Squid Gator from Outskirts, Farmeries, or Sky Islands, which are the farthest points from the shaded.
There are two black squid caters that spawn a couple of rooms away from the garbage waste shaded Citadel gate.
Yeah, but it's not allowed to get into the garbage wastes, which means...
There's no going into garbage. You're right, that's a tricky goal then. That's going to be a difficult trade-off for the players.
It's the closest location with Squid Gators to the shaded in the whole game. So basically, they will need to bring the Squid Gator
They'll
through the
need to
whole
bring that
map.
black squid cater a long way.
Wait. Two locations, two regions at least.
Well, I say we've swapped shelter with 4 vulture masks to shelter with 2 lanterns, so we're further incentivizing shaded.
Yeah. Okay, so that's interesting. Some of the squares are related to the shaded. Some of them are related. Oh no, they're changing the drainage system.
There goes the drainage system. Bring a hazer into shoreline. That's not too bad, especially as you have to eat 3 hazers anyway. So the players are going to be going out of their way to find them.
That's so we have the squares related to the shoreline. I see shaded.
There's a few shaded. There's the chimney and pearl.
Shoreline. 1 chimney.
And pipe yard, but we don't talk about pipe yard.
Yeah. I personally would already came with a plan of bringing the pearl from chimney canopy through this. Of course, it would be easier to get to the Sky Islands and starting from there go to the chimney canopy, collect the pearl, or collect Squid Gator, of course, from Sky Islands, and after that go through the shaded, and through the shaded to the shoreline.
I think you might be onto something there. That could pick up a lot of goals quickly. I'd just be concerned about someone potentially rushing that bottom left to top right diagonal with taming a blue lizard, bringing the pearl to moon. As if you get beaten on that pearl, then suddenly everything else happens very quickly.
Oops, the change.
Ah, no, dear pearl.
No, they changed it.
Oh, we're just going to the other farmer race pearl, so they'll still have to explore.
That's the same one, yeah.
That's the same region. Oh, I see why we changed that, though, because if you can't use spore puffs, that pearl gets very difficult.
Yep.
Switching to the other farmer race pearl, it's still difficult, but not quite so reliant.
Not many people love farmer race.
No, not many.
I like it aesthetic-wise, but I don't like it gameplay-wise.
It's just the reindeer, honestly.
But still, with farmer race, there's one nice memory. It's when every single game, every single new Rain World player, when they finally, after all this pain, after all this suffering, they finally get to the final reindeer that leads you to the gates, to the subterranean.
Yeah.
And they place this calming, relaxing track.
That is one really good track, though. It almost helps to soothe the rage at dare that you've experienced for the last several hours.
This moment literally worth any pain that you experience in this region.
At least with Downpour, there's some routes through that barely use dare at all. You can even skip that last room with a really nice
Yeah.
track.
I'm trying right now to remember the name of this track as hard as I can.
Might have to pull up the wiki and figure it out. Alright, we're going to start in just under 5 minutes.
Yes.
Almost time to get going.
I remembered the name of the track. It's called Emotional Thread. Yeah, I remember it now. This is one of my favorite tracks.
Yes.
This is one of the best tracks in the entire game.
It's a really good track.
I love the music in this game so much.
I don't remember any of the music's names, honestly. I really like the Metropolis Threat themes, honestly. They're really good music. Ooh. I mean, they're both really good. I hear Day a lot more, but Night is a really good track.
Night is more atmosphere related, while Day is more battle themed.
Yes,
but it feels
definitely.
more rhythmic.
Yes.
Okay, now even harder question: which theme of Outer Expanses? Because there are currently 3 of them. There are 3 of them.
I've barely been to Outer Expanse. Don't make me think about that. I don't think I've even heard the Night theme.
And there's another theme for Sunken Pyre. It's a unique theme.
Of course there is. Oh, I barely remember those tracks. I don't think I can even answer that. The only one I remember is the Outer Expanse Day theme. How about you? You're clearly more familiar with them.
I personally like the Day one classical.
The Day?
It's my favorite, yeah.
You'd hope that's the best one. It's the one you'll hear the most.
Yeah. I just checked the Rain World soundtrack. The Emotional Thread is not included in there. No, that's so sad.
Really? Ah. That's a shame. They've only put in main tracks. Wow, I didn't realize how many unique music tracks Farmer Ace has.
That's actually interestingly.
Yeah, there's so many different rooms you walk into and get some music.
I remember only the track, like, not unique, but I remember that, not unique to Farmer Ace. The Distance was a very long time unique track. It was really good, but after this one, after Downpour, it was added to the outskirts sequence where Spearmaster starts.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
And the funniest part that to this place it suits even better than to the Farmer Race.
Aha, it's even better fitting there.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Oh, I'm seeing in chat that Emotion Thread is in the Ambience OST.
Well, yeah,
so you do still get to listen to it somewhere.
You can actually listen to every track. I mean, there are separate albums for different tracks. So in the main album, there is no.
I didn't include it in the main one.
Yeah. So it's a little bit sad.
Right, our players are looking through their goals, trying to pick which ones they're going for first. Of course, it all depends where they spawn. If they get a difficult region. And we'll be off in just a moment now. Here we go, the players are loading in. Oh,
And
two of the players are loading in.
oh, two of them are in. Red team is in.
Two of them are still looking at the bingo board.
Wait, Cyril, what?
Oh, oh,
So that's shaded.
yes, this is a shaded spot. What is going on Died screen? Is that... They are very rainbow. Oh no. So we've got a shaded spawn here. I think I see... Lilith might be hitting across to memory crypt? No, they're going back.
We need to maybe inform production so
Yes,
the
I
red team
think we might need to
because
get something. I think we might need to get red team to pause while blue team gets technical issues dealt with. Ah, it's another episode of technical issues here. We'll be there in a moment. Alright, we'll be back with you in a moment. Just some technical issues to sort out.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Fluffy. I'll be your host today, along with Martin. It's definitely me, Fluffy, and no one else. Alright, Fluffy had to go for a bit, but we fixed our issues. We had some weird issues with the mod connecting, specifically for Blue Team, but we have figured it out. But we're going to have the players start now. Just making sure that they know that they can start. And we'll make sure that we have audio from the players as well. Now, just so everyone is aware, we are getting the stream from Leon and Aira from Twitch, which means that they are going to have a lot more lag than Cyrillith and Died. It may look like they're behind, but we're seeing slightly in the past for the two of them. Otherwise, we
Time
will be
machine.
getting audio from Aira. Alright, so what were you saying, Martin?
I said it's like a time machine.
Yes. Alright, so now we're starting. I actually have barely paid attention to the board, so I'm going to have to figure it out as we go on. But I was looking at the 5th column. Now, I feel like you could get 4 of them, that being the Tame Blue Lizard, Eat Newts, get Outlaw, get 2 Lanterns, pretty easy. And then you are kind of battling for the 4 pearls there. So really thinking about what we want to do for that. But I am unsure how the players will be taking this situation. Maybe they are doing something else.
In the 5th column, it's easy to make 2 of those squares in Shaded Citadel, knowing that we started there. Lantern and Outlaw, by simply genociding the entire Lantern Mines population. After they could move to the industrial complex and tame there the Blue Lizard, and start to collect the pearls.
Yes, appears that Died had a death here right at the beginning, which is unfortunate. Also, in case you see ads, no you don't. Don't look at it. It's not real. Also, yes, Worms, we're using Video Ninja. Because we have found that right now Twitch is having some issues, and we don't always want people have to stream if they don't want to stream to Twitch. I am interested to see, so for people who know the top left square one to the right, that being the Dodge Leviathan bite, that is a pretty hard square to get, as actually how the game counts it is hard to make it understand that you actually did it. And that has changed now to be much easier. If you ever enter the death square that the Leviathan would kill you and it's charging an attack, you will get the progress. It does not have to fully bite down like it used to. I'm interested to see what's going on. Aira and Leon are in the same place. I don't really know where Cyrillith is or why you would be here. Oh wait, okay, never mind. I thought this was a deeper part of Shaded, but we're actually in going straight to Industrial, it looks like.
It feels like people hate Shaded.
Well, Shaded isn't too bad of a region in the end. Most people just are a bit more scared of it. In a lot of ways, it's just really linear and there's nothing in the way, especially as Survivor. Cyrillith definitely wants to get to Industrial just so they can have access to new squares that they wouldn't normally. Seeing weird visuals on Cyrillith's screen for some reason, and I'm not really sure why. It's like I'm seeing 2 screens at the same time. Someone just gifted me an anonymous gift to Leon, apparently, so we might be able to not see any more ads. We shall see.
Hope so.
thinking? What else would they want to do? It looks like Era really wants this scavenger merchant stuff to be done.
And after that, maybe move to the shoreline. Who knows?
Shoreline for Leviathan Bite could be good, but I'm kind of looking at that. Bring Hazer to Shoreline. I don't want to go there yet, but maybe it is worth it to go there. Getting those 16 points to a Scab Merchant now, though, I think is a big square. And teams should be thinking about it, but it looks like Cerulean died. Will not be caring about it as much as Leon and Era. Looks like Leon is going to be going to Industrial here, while Era messes with the Scav Merchant, which is good. For people who understand how to deal with the Scav Merchant, you need to understand one thing, and that is every time you trade an item with the Scav Merchant, they will leave the room, as we just saw both times Era has traded with them. So if you want to trade multiple items with them, you drop the first item really far away from where they exit the room, and then you walk on the other side of them, and then you drop an item on their way, they're in the path that they're walking to exit the place, so that they have to walk over the item, and then they will pick up that second item. Just of how scavengers look around, it's very easy for them to not see that you dropped or ever held an item if you don't have their full attention, and if they're trying to leave the room, they may not be looking directly at you. Era, if I was Era, I'd be getting one of these pearls in the next room, and I'd be giving it to that Scav Merchant, and then I believe you're done at that point, as I think they've given 2 spears, which gives them the 6 points in Scavenger Merchant rep. And then Pearl is 10. They appear to not be doing that, and I'm not really sure what their plan is, unless right now it's kind of just get food, which is a good idea. Not sure what Dide's plan is right now. It might just be getting food. There's no echo squares on the board. Looks like Era actually got 2 lanterns and I didn't notice. Or I might be wrong about that. I thought it was 1 lantern, unless they put... They had a second lantern in their stomach. Okay, interesting. Also, there's a pup on Era's screen. Unfortunately, there are no pup squares, as we can throw them directly into the abyss. One idea that I'll now say for Nacu right now: survivor only square. You start with a pup. Give me your ideas. All right. If you're red team right now, Martin, what are you thinking?
I would think about, I don't know.
So that's a
maybe
pretty good spot for a square that blue team has gotten here.
Yeah, it's both it's diagonal, vertical, and horizontal line. I think on the place of the red team, I would think about the combining the forces of the 2 players to collect the upper line. So Cyrilov could tame the blue lizard. At the same time, Diet would go to the shoreline and complete the Hazer and complete the Leviathan. After that, they could move to the Hazer.
Right now, I like what you're thinking there, but one, I'm not exactly sure where I'd want to get 3 hazers, because the most you'll see in any one location is 2. I believe there's only 1 in Industrial. I don't remember where a group of 2 would be. Thinking about it, I know there's 1 Farm Raise, and then Survivor. I don't remember if there's a dead one in Outskirts.
There is a dead one, if I don't make a mistake, in the outskirts.
It's different.
Okay,
it's different for Survivor compared to Monk and Hunter, though.
Yeah. Okay, the best place for this is the Pipe Yard, Cursed Place, or Drainage. There are not so many.
There would be 2 in Drainage. I actually don't know. There is others in Drainage. I know some are legitimately locked out of bounds, which I find interesting. Please don't give us an ad. Don't do it. Okay, very good. Alright, refreshing streams. So everything's updated right now. We know the exact locations of everyone. Arrow went to Shoreline. I missed exactly what they did. I would assume they got the popcorn there. So now they're up 1 popcorn, which is a good idea. However, the red team could have definitely stolen a square. I'm unsure what Dide's plan is right now. Am I going for Outlaw Square? Where am I going?
It looks like
So they're
something.
they're in the middle of shaded.
This is a mole this is a mole lizard.
Yeah, you come here to kill mole lizards and no other reason. There's no reason to be here. Otherwise it's a pathing for harder method to get to industrial. Looks like they did get some kills, but are resting. They might get outlaw here, is what I would hope that they've done. They've only killed 1 mole lizard. We do not care about Dragon Slayer here. So I'm unsure right now what their plan is, unless it was to also get lanterns and they were stuffed by Aera. Aera getting the pup is mean. I mean, what do you want them to do in this situation against... So for past... So for everyone here understands this matchup and how important it is. Cyrilith won the last bingo, the entire tournament, in which the finals included Cyrilith getting, I believe, 11 of the 13 squares to win. Basically them themselves just completely destroyed everything that was going on. Aera getting the square for the scavenger merchant right as they get to the karma square for Cyrilith. I'm not sure what for they ate, but that was pretty fast from Cyrilith.
Yeah, that was... So this is actually explains what I wanted to question. I wanted to question how Cyrilith didn't get the taming blue lizards.
They're probably thinking about it now with the hazer they have. They haven't eaten it, so I'm going to assume they're going to go for a blue lizard. So the other thing about the tournament in the past is that Cyrilith and their team beat both Leon's and Aera's team back in that previous tournament. Leon and Aera were on different teams at the time. Cyrilith beat Leon's team on the first match, and then Aera's team on the second match, removing both of them from the tournament. So this is payback for both Leon and Aera to beat Cyrilith. I know they are both really thinking about how Cyrilith's team's going to absolutely destroy them, but this lead already, we have seen that whatever team gets the 2 squares first has pretty much won every time. Cyrilith is definitely...
Yes, just dropping.
Don't worry too much.
What happened with your team? They just... okay. It just froze down. Ooh.
Well, we still see where they are. They're approaching...
Cyrilith found the blue lizard.
They do have a blue lizard. I don't know if they still have this hazer or what happened. Appears to be escaping. You may or may not have actually become friends with it. Looks like Cyrilith died, so this will give Aera and Leon some leeway. Right now, the big thing for Leon looks like they died as well in that room with the Vulture. But as long as they're in Industrial, I feel like they can really do whatever they want. Era doesn't feel like they want to be anywhere in Shoreline anymore. I don't know if they took one of the items from the scavenger merchant with them. I don't see any of the icons above it. Okay. They're going back to Shaded. I'm going to guess they're just going to save for now. Or they're thinking about Spears. I know they did have Scavengers there just a second ago. Era's getting close to Industrial at this point. Dyed is still in the absolute bowels of Shaded. I'm not entirely sure what they're doing.
Maybe Dyed just lost or something. I don't know.
They are lost. They're entering.
Oh,
They're going to garbage waste. I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting this is a connection.
Yeah, this is weird because garbage wastes are not allowed. So maybe Diet and Cyrilov have like a actually good communication between them because it's not the best idea to go to the banned location without speaking about it.
So the big thing is, what are they doing there? What is the goal here? If Dyed traded with the scav merchant in Shaded, maybe they're thinking about it to trade the one in garbage wastes. So maybe they'll stop that square from Era here, is possible.
Or maybe that's somehow related to Squid Cadas. Who knows?
They could do that too. Could become friends with the Dark Squid Cicada.
Bringing Squid Cicada to the garbage, or to the Shaded.
That too. I think that's going to be a niche interaction that people aren't really going to think about. Okay. Dyed still needs to save. I don't believe they have the right amount of karma to get through this gate. I don't remember what the karma gate amount was, but they're only at 2 karma. Cyrilus saving in the shelter, I pretend doesn't exist. I'm actually questioning what 4th karma flower Cyrilith got. Because I got 1, and then I believe 2 more in industrial. What's the 4th one? I might have missed it. I'm fully aware of all the karma flower locations, though. Era getting a save, getting out of Shaded here.
It seems Diet checks them up.
So that thinking about it, this is kind of a point where if I'm in a bad situation like this, maybe I'm thinking about passaging. Because right now, I believe Era and Leon are either at 5 or 4 karma. Which means they can really just go anywhere they want. Well, Dot's still at 2. Making it hard to deal with this area. Right now they have a Dark Squid Cicada. So they might be trying to become friends with it. If I couldn't go through this gate, I'd go... Oh, that's an egg bug. Never mind. For some reason, that was a Squid Cicada. So they stabbed one egg bug now. So they can save and get that one.
Squid Cicadas in Shaded.
Yeah, so yeah. Food now. Also, yes, this is... As far as I'm aware, this is Dyed's first time. They did play during our Twitch integration event, however. First time bingo, though.
Wait, you just got grabbed by the spider? Because, yeah.
I did get grabbed by the spider. Cyrilith, I believe, finishing the Firecracker Square. That's what they were working on here in Industrial. I don't know how much Blue Team actually cares about that square. Doesn't seem like it'll matter too much right now.
Oh no, died. Oh no.
I think the one thing from Era that if I was them, I would have been thinking about is maybe I should have gone back to Shoreline to finish the Dodge Leviathan bite. However, I think they're really making the better play here as they have to return at some point with a Hazer. And so now that they have a save in Shoreline, maybe it'll work out. Kinda, what is Aira thinking here? What's going on? You thinking about Scavenger Merchant? The item in your stomach?
Maybe, or
You
maybe I don't
can't,
know.
they
The
can't just
controller,
sit
or
here.
there could be a lot of variants. For example, if we go for the most unreal ones, the controller could just charge off, and they could, or maybe just something could disconnect,
Yeah.
or maybe they could just stuck, or just think about something. A lot of
Cyrilus
possibilities.
still working on a lot of random squares. I have a feeling Cyrilus has a good chance for Egg Bug and the Popcorn.
Popcorn done.
While Dive
Yeah.
got one Egg Bug, but is still just stuck in Shaded. Actually, they died before they were able to save that one Egg Bug. Looks like Cirilla did get the Popcorn.
Blue team is, yeah.
If I was Leon, I'd do everything to get to Farmer Race right now. Arid died there. I believe they still saved right in Industrial, however, so I don't think this will be too bad.
You know, get into the Farmer Race is not the easiest quest from Industrial Complex. At least it's not fast.
I would say otherwise, but that is me. I would say that it is something that would be not that hard, but they need to get distance in a direction. I have a feeling Cyrillith might be thinking about either getting explosives or going to Chimney. Might be getting explosive. Maybe Pipe Yard is an option here for him. But I don't know why you'd actually want to go there. There's the Vulture Grub as well.
I haven't seen any player who would like to go to the Pipe Yard with their own will.
Before we had a lot of squares relevant to Pipe Yard. Here we only have one. Looks like Cyrillus is getting a grub for later, so maybe they are thinking about Karma Cheese. The Vulture Cheese, I mean.
I went to the Pipe Yard literally twice in my life, and first time was the Spearmaster when I first time realized about the existence of this region, and so I wanted to check it. And second, oh no, Cyrilev just got grabbed by Apple Plant. And
That's
second time, this
a good
was
situation for blue team here to catch up.
So yeah, and the second and the last time when I went to the Pipe Yard was for pearl hunting. It was literally the only moments when I thought about going to the Pipe Yard.
Oddly, I see Leon has an item that looks like it's been traded with a scavenger merchant, but I do not believe that is real. At least I do not remember them having anything to do with that. At least I saw it pop up for just a moment.
Was it the lantern?
Not sure. For some reason, I'm thinking Cyrillith is going for become friends with Blue Lizard. Really feels like it. But also, Leon never traded with anyone. as far as I'm aware. It's a little hard to keep up with them. See if that will help. Now Leon cannot save in Chimney. If I'm Leon, I want Karma Cheese if I'm going up here. Otherwise, I would be thinking about putting that pearl in my stomach here in Chimney. However, he does not care about Vulture Cheese and instead will kill the grub. Also, it looks like for Nacu, they killed a grub and it got the icon that it could be traded to a scavenger merchant. I'm not sure why that would happen. Died went to Shoreline. They might actually be able to get the dodge Leviathan Square here. However, I'm not sure how much else that changes. The good thing that I'm noticing for blue team here is the fact that they haven't died that much. Neither of them have their Karma Flower anymore. Also, yes, the icon goes away when they take the spear out of the grub.
Out of the...
As I understand.
Maybe the spear is there or not. Okay, so died in the Shoreline. Cyrilith is... what is Cyrilith doing?
He was hatching eggs. And so now he gets the ability to eat the noodles from what it seemed like.
No, Cyrilith just... okay, yeah, I understand it. Maybe Cyrilith just tried to grab the Nullify Baby, but instead grabbed this one. The Firecracker, and because of this, they threw it away. And like, because of this, it looked like Cyrilith was trying to explode himself.
Looks like Leon is not going for the Chimney Pearl here.
Yeah, because Chimney Pearl was before.
Not sure what you mean by that, but at any point, if you did take it...
in the previous room, it needed to went up, not the right.
Yeah, it's... okay. Leon did die to the two Whitelers, was able to kill one of them. Great. Trying some new settings for the two people using Twitch to stream on the left. See how that works. We can still see the general idea of where they are. So in a lot of cases, that is enough. Looks like Era died there, which is unfortunate. Died is definitely going for the dodge Leviathan here. If they can even just get one square, that would be good. I do not believe they got a Hazer. So that will not be counting.
Rain World players, they're so weird.
Like, the one thing is I really don't ever want to go to Shoreline if I can. Because it is a dead end. The one thing that Died can do here is the many colored pearls here could start going for the touch 4 colored pearls. And they're getting one right now, if they actually remember to touch it, which they have not yet. Right now they're attacking a vulture. They've gotten its mask. Visualize is nice, though. The problem is, it is on the end of the world.
Well, shoreline, I wouldn't say the shoreline is a dead end.
They did touch the one
there
thing.
are gates to the shaded, to the pipe yard, to the subterranean, to the garbage wastes.
It's... If you're going in here, you're not... It's not a lot of options. You're not going to sub very often. And then it's pretty much just a really hard way to get into the other region, when I'd rather just get to industrial, which is the most connected, easy to traverse region. I still feel like if I'm Era, I should go to farm arrays, which is the thing that I'm surprised they are not doing, and I'm not really sure where they're going. They might be going for the one hazer and then eating that, which would be good. Died is fighting some vultures, which I don't really know. I understand the desire to kill them, but you're not going to kill them in this situation. So the fact that they killed one at all is very surprising to me. I wonder if Aero would actually be going for points. Leon died again in... Well, they are not dead. Every lizard in this room is damaged now. They cannot seem to find the spear. Aero trying to explode. Died, I think, was just getting more points. I'm not sure what they're holding. Oh, it is the mask.
The mask, yeah.
I guess the other thing to think about is I really don't want to go to Subterranean if I'm in Shoreline. Unless I really have to. And there's still the don't go to Garbage Waste Square. So if I'm going here, I'm probably passaging out. Fortunate arrow died to the blue lizard here. Cerilith is up at the Chimney Pearl. This is kind of the long shot, but the big thing about the Chimney Pearl is if you do that and the Hazer, you do both of those and the Dodge Leviathan, which is good setup.
Yeah.
No one's gone for the Taming Blue Lizard. I believe that multiple people have, actually. And by that, I mean, I assume that's what Cerilith was attempting to do for quite a while, and it did not work. I don't know what Aera's doing at all, really. I think staying in this region is a mistake unless you are going for the Blue Lizard. Then you might be thinking about getting kills, but I think, in my mind, if you're playing Survivor, you don't do anything other than Vulture Cheese. Unless you're really, really comfortable, which Aera probably feels comfortable, but I'm not sure how well they're going to do that. You're going to get the Industrial Pearl, just get that checked off, which is good. I know it seems weird, but I'm really thinking about those
Where is Leon going?
cicada ones. Leon, I feel like the best thing you do right now is the Vulture Cheese. I don't know if they have a grub, but
yeah, but this is
they do.
like not the best. This is just no. It feels like Leon is trying to get to the or to 5 Pebbles or to Sky Islands, which is weird.
They can get the pearls and Skylands to get that square, which wouldn't be a bad one. But if you're getting a lot of points, they didn't climb up on the pole, so they let themselves get dropped off there. That's not very good.
Leon just dropped the scavenger traded item to the death pit.
There is not a scavenger traded item. That is just a bug right now. When creatures get stabbed by spears, it appears to look like it is, which is unfortunate. But that'll be something we will fix later. Era is still going for points, is what it seems like. That's why they keep going here. Leon getting food early. They pop another popcorn. The popcorn's already taken, though. There is still Outlaw that's never been gotten, so that might be what Era's thinking about. It's a bit surprising no one's gotten Outlaw.
Where is that? Oh, okay. Here it is.
Leon had another death here. Like Era's removing all of the explosives, which I'm not really sure their plan is. It looks like the green lizard is stuck, or it's pinned to a wall.
Most likely just stuck.
Should be able to still carry it through the pipe, though. You just need to spam, grab, and throw, and then you'll be good there. Cerulith has made it to Sky Islands. At this point, it feels like it is kind of just do Squid Cicada stuff.
And maybe egg bug.
Yes. Can definitely very easily stay on the left side shelter and get the egg bug kills. Right bottom is Hunter, not... Are you right? The Cerulith is doing the vulture cheese. Leon dying again to lizards here, which is very unfortunate. There is the thought of Era telling Leon it's not worth it anymore. But who knows, because they don't know what the other team is doing. Dyed will be going to Subterranean. Looks like that is the plan right now. I believe they traded to a Scavenger Merchant, so they can finish the Scavenger Merchant trade up in Subterranean, as well as potentially get some of these miscellaneous squares. But that is difficult. It is 3 pearls in the Pipe Yard shelter as well. It has to be 1 singular Pipe Yard shelter, so that's not an easy thing to just carry around, even if they have a pearl in their stomach. Dyed has to do the hard swim, which I do not know if they are experienced with it. Looks like they are deciding to not do it. I don't know what was going on in Cerulith's screen, but they did not get 90 points in 1 cycle.
Yeah,
they did not save. Okay, they did not. Interesting.
It just no more as this vulture spawning. When Cerulith just throws the vulture grab, it just it just shows the red light.
Survivor Swim Soiler Hunter, I don't actually know. I know all of Hunter's speeds are increased, though, so I would say yes. I don't think anyone's really tested that. Leon is going for the Chimney Pearl this time. They've decided to not go up the entirety of it, and they're now just going for the Chimney Pearl. I think if this is their reroute, this is a good idea. I think at this point, you tell Leon, hey, get the Chimney Pearl. This isn't going to work out going up there. Get the Chimney Pearl, save, and then passage to Shaded, and then go to Shoreline, and then you've basically assured Chimney Pearl to Moon, and maybe you get the dodge while you're at it. Era's messing around. I don't know what the plan is. The green lizard will never move, especially if you're in that position. Dyed is going for the hard swim, but barely didn't make it. You cannot press jump at any point in that section.
Diet just made a mistake by going up to the ceiling for just for 1 second.
Even if you bring berries to get a jetfish there's no guarantee that there will be one that shows up. Era should just jump across and fight this guy, but do whatever is comfortable. I have a feeling they are thinking about points. I don't know why Leon is carrying a white lizard body. We're probably going to find out. Cerilith got the grapple bug. Wonder what the plan is for this. Going out of your way for something is not something you really see. We did have a square in the past that involved getting this specific grapple. This white lizard getting really close to him, however. Diet's going for this swim again. Maybe Cerilith can talk them through it.
Cerilith is dodging like really good.
But they're not making distance is the main thing. Era died to the pink lizard here. Yes, they are fully dead. It's unfortunate. I think they need to stop thinking about points. I think you need to leave industrial and you go to farm arrays and you do the squares you probably didn't want to do but are actually pretty good. That being feed, go to outskirts and feed a squid. Leon is saving here. I want to see if they do exactly what I called, which is they passage to shoreline now. And by passage to shoreline, I mean passage to shaded. They are not doing that. Looks like Dai did make it past the hard swim. And Leon with the Chimney Pearl now is going back to Industrial. They might be slow rolling it to Moon. Maybe the plan is to manually bring the Pearl to Moon and then passage away. Era has another pup on their screen. Amazing. I don't know how it got there. This is a horrible green lizard spot. For anyone who's done Moon percent, you know how bad that little spot is. I permanently see Era holding a snail. Yes.
It looks like a snail.
I don't know why, though. Is this for the blue lizard?
The pup.
Does this work? Blue tame? Yeah. Is there blue lizards in outskirts? There isn't, right? I don't think there is. So it's kind of...
They're not.
Yeah. The more I'm realizing how actually annoying this square is. Lizards don't eat snails? That's what I had a feeling of, too. There's the blue lizard. We're all gonna learn together here today. There's two of them.
Okay, so Diet still went to the subterranean, which is unexpected. not like went, but plans to go to the subterranean. Is there even any good squares subterranean related?
I don't know if there are noodle eggs. Cerilith's bring the grapple to... Looks like Died is going back for more karma, but Cerilith's bring the grapple to Sky Islands here, which is interesting. Leon's making some distance here.
Karma.
Also, for the question in chat, the match will go a maximum of 2 hours, but whoever gets a bingo will win before then, or 13 squares if the other team cannot get a bingo. Looks like right now Era's thinking about food.
Sure.
Potentially a vulture mask would be good.
Okay, so Cyrilov is still trying to get the vulture cheese.
Looks like it is not working out for them, which is interesting. Survivor does have the decreased spawns, at least compared to Hunter. And things don't respawn as often either. They're just going into Sky Islands now.
They're in the chat. Did blue team ever win in any bingo this event? I don't believe I saw blue win ever, lol.
I do not remember.
Well,
It's still really anyone's game. Cyrilith is doing weird stuff in Sky Islands that I'm only going to assume is for squids. Also, I hope Cyrilith does the grapple at the top of this room. Otherwise, yep, there we go. Okay, very good. So, Cyrilith is a speedrunner of Gourmand, and Gourmand does this path with a grapple pretty often, actually. I believe believe Leon's trying to eat newts now, which I think is a great idea. If the mother was not trying to kill them. Looks like they killed it, though, which is good.
There's no any other choice of getting through Sky Islands on Gourmand's campaign. Squid Cadus just can't carry you. You just have no any other choice than to be experimenting.
I really hope Era goes to industrial. Well, not industrial, into outskirts now. Maybe they're still thinking about timing that blue, but I literally don't know how you do that. You just need to bring something from another region in here. The only thing they could hope for is an egg bug, which, no. Unless they're going back for a hazer. Bring a pup. I don't believe that works that way. I believe it will not eat one that is killed by you, and then an alive one, it may or may not actually count. Or at least not count enough. Cyrilith is underneath the platform here, but they should be able to get out just fine. Very good on the grapple there. The young went down to drainage, but decided not to finish going that way. I'm not sure why. Unless I missed them saving, which they did not save. There's the blue lizard.
Schwab said you can starve. You can starve the pup.
You can starve the pup to death. Yes, the strat is to starve the pup to death, and then you can feed it to lizards. But if you kill the pup in any other way, you can't feed it to lizards.
Well, I fed the lizards one time with the slug pup that I killed myself. So
it will not count for friend, however.
Ah, that's bad.
Era getting trapped by a camel lizard, which is unfortunate. While Diet is really trying to figure out how to properly path here in Subterranean. Which, if I'm them,
no. Oh.
I hope they are fine with the scavenger merchant pathing, because that is all the way on the other side. Because this is Downpour, exiting out through drainage is actually a reasonable option for Died. Previously, it was not. Now let's back up where the squid cicadas are. How did it change in Downpour? So there's the path that we generally go on for any percent that you'd have to come from outskirts to subterranean, and the pathing from going from subterranean up to outskirts, that way there's a big drop where you need to stab, if you're really good at it, 1 spear, but if not 2 or even more spears in a wall as you are dropping. But they extended the length of the pole, so it's much easier to deal with. Era's dying again to the Squite Lizard. Again, I don't see a reason for them to be here. You're not getting the blue tame this way. You're making it too hard for yourself. Looks like Leon did tame the black squid cicada, which I did not see.
Wow, how did... Okay, it was close for Leon.
I think they're very comfortable with... They're a hunter runner. They're very comfortable with it being end of cycle at that end part there.
Oh, the friend, yes.
If I'm Leon, I'm going to try to eat more newts. Like, that's the goal. There's only 1 egg here in Outskirts. I don't know if he knows where it is. And I don't know if it'll matter. Would be something good to think about. Right now, blue technically has pressure of 2 squares in a row on the bottom. Red did get the tame blue here. Much easier place to get it in Sky Islands. I'm looking at Aira's screen right now. They keep hovering over 3 pearls in Pipe Yard. And that first column. I don't know what happened to their hazer here in Industrial. But that would have been a good one to think about. Otherwise, still the Squid Cicada through 2 gates. Some things that are weird. Sometimes you do them.
It seems Diet tries to get the Leviathan dodge.
Don't see the Leviathan yet.
There it is, the big fish. Leviathan just doesn't want to bite. Leviathan is just too friendly.
Looks like they might have already bitten something. I believe they might go on a 1 or a 2 minute cooldown after they bite. Cerilith is getting one of the pearls here up at the top of Sky Islands. Looks like they are going for those 4 pearls. Maybe the thought of Pipe Yard is in their mind, but who knows? Aira still in Industrial. Bottom of Industrial. I just try to get to Outskirts, maybe Chimney. Farmer Raise is still the major thought to me. It seems like Leon touched the Outskirts Pearl. Leon did not jump the Green Lizard correctly there, which is unfortunate. Died is having unfortunate time with the Leviathan, though. 1 step at a time. Is Aira going to Pipe Yard? Is it finally happening? No, they're going for more kills, which can work. They could get that 280. I don't know how many Cerilith is at. Looks like Cerilith might have finished the touch 4 pearls, so they just need to save now. Well, Leon has to figure out how to do Outskirts again and what exactly they want to do. I feel like you just get those 4 Nulaflies and then try to save in Farmer Race. That Farmer Race Pearl is not as bad as it is.
Well, at least it's achievable without additional sadism like another pearl in Farm Race.
Okay, green kill. Very good. Looks like they have a pearl. They might be thinking about crossing... Ooh. Oh, killed him. He's dead now. I feel like if I'm Cyrilith, I drop this grapple and I get a white squid cicada. That's just me, though. I don't really know what their game plan is. Looks like they're getting more kills
Or
again.
maybe Cyrilith would like to use this grapple bomb to get the pearl in Farm Race. Because it's in a tricky position.
Need it, though. Because I know what Cyrilith can do. Just the fact that they're coming at it from Sky Islands means they can just get it if they want it. And you could bring the squid to do that if you really wanted to. Cyrilith locks in the touch 4 while
and
leave the super delayed stream from Leon they saved after eating noodle flies. So the 2 rows at the top are still possible for bingos for red. So that's the one thing I'm kind of questioning.
Okay, chat, so here is the tricky question. Even if you don't like the pipe yard, what would you choose, past garbage wastes or pipe yard?
This is a good question. You must answer wisely. Pipe yard? Both?
Both.
So Leon did get the squid cicada befriend while they're eating some noodle flies. Pipe yard's not that bad. The center of it.
Comparing to
the center of pipe yard.
Comparing to the past the garbage waste, pipe yard is not so bad.
A lot of the offshoot connections are pretty bad. Like going to Sky Islands, you need something that will give you higher jumps. You need to do big swims if you're going to Shoreline, and then connection to Subterranean. Nothing else needs to be said. Alright, died. I believe this is another chance at this Leviathan. Somebody doesn't take a long time. You can die to it, though. That's scary. I want to see what Leon's plan is. Otherwise, Cyrilith killing Egg Bug, please? Egg Bug? You can't grab the Egg Bug while holding a grapple, my man. I don't know why you have a grapple to begin with. I know it's comfortable, but you don't need it. Arrow locking in their kills. Looks like they're at the end of their cycle as well. I might have missed something. It didn't seem like they actually died. They actually were just saving. They only killed a scavenger.
My island's as gourmand. This is evil. This is evil. This is just evil mean.
The eel is stuck. It does seem like they are. Yeah, I don't think the Leviathan's gonna move. Also, if you're doing this challenge that Died is doing, you should have a squid cicada with you. I don't know why you're raw doing this. There's like 3 squid cicadas here. Not squid cicadas, so jetfish. They're all the same to me. It's the main thing. Leon, once again, jumping down the pit here, which I don't really understand why. They're using some advanced tech to stay on the wall, which is funny to me.
well, this jetfishes are the same squid gators. They just don't swim through the air, but through the water. This is basically the same.
Hera's joining Leon in Outskirts. I feel like now's the time you might even start thinking about the enter every region except garbage waste. Although, really, you just got to think about the bingos. Like, the eat 3 hazers is actually really easy from Outskirts. Like, really easy. Because if that one dead one does exist for Survivor, which I'm not sure if it does, there is 2 easy ones very early in Drainage. And then we're also still thinking about the Hunter. I don't know anyone's progress.
That is still suffering with the Leviathan.
It's like the Leviathan did finally move up, and now they're trapped in a corner because of it.
No. This was all the strategy of the Leviathan. Leviathan intentionally looked like stuck, so they could just drown. Died. No.
I think died tabbed out, so we don't see their stream because of that. So they're probably looking at the map right now. If I just had that happen with Leviathan, I definitely want to think about what is my plan here. All of these squares don't really mesh together. The fact no one's gotten kill Eggbug or Hazer stuff is weird to me. Still 4-5 though. Error vibing out, staring at map.
Okay, died. It's your chance.
It looks like they got it, but they died.
They dodged, but didn't. Yes, but actually
Leon got
not.
instantly
Leon.
stabbed by a scavenger. I'm not sure what they did to make them annoyed.
Cyril, if it's your chance.
It's like Cyrillith has finished the stab to egg bugs.
Egg bugs, yes. Now that actually should be way easier. That red team can just get the Cyrillith can go to the shoreline, would bring in the Hazer to the shoreline, and after that get Pearl to the moon.
I don't know if they still have that pearl. I assume they do. They can only bring either the Hazer or the Chimney Pearl. The challenge has been made easier for the Leviathan. If you ever enter the kill box and then you leave the kill box ever, it works now. So it doesn't have to bite down like it used to. I do feel like blue team needs to put more pressure on red here. That bottom bingo is legitimately not too bad as long as you can figure out how you get those three eggs. So there's one in outskirts, I believe. I'm unsure where I'd get the other two other than Sky Island side farm, which is still a possibility. But you could also, because you're both in outskirts, just have someone take a Squid-Cicada and then go to Chimney with it. That's not too far of a stint there. Leon is going up past the Squid-Cicadas. I think one of the two needs to go to farm, and one of the two potentially.
Okay, where is the Leviathan?
New in square been activated in the last 15 minutes. The kill 2 egg bugs was just activated by Cyrillith a moment ago. Before that, the 4 pearls by Cyrillith, and then the eat for noodle flies.
It's actually no serious died. Died has no Leviathan.
It will show up. It has no other place it can be. It's like Cyrillith has finished Hunter off of eating those egg bug eggs. Leon not having a good time getting this toll. Pink lizard killing them this time. I'm not really sure what's going on there, because I know they have the experience going through it.
This is just unlucky line.
You'd always jump over that section. Never go into the pipes. It's like Era knows about the egg bug, not the noodlefly egg. Okay, it isn't there. I'm not sure where it is. I thought there was one on that cliff, but does not appear so. So let's going to farm arrays now. They'll probably be finishing up the pearl square is what I would expect. Era and Leon were both hovering over the 3 pearls going to Pipe Yard. And now Era has the outskirts pearl. I'm interested to see what happens. Leon has another death here, which is unfortunate. Where are we getting these egg bug eggs? If they can pull something out, I don't know. These, not egg bug eggs, these noodle fly eggs. If they can pull something out, I don't know. That is huge because I don't believe Cyrillith and Died can change that. Or I'm looking at Cyrillith screens right now. They're hovering over the 3 noodlefly eggs challenge. So maybe they are thinking about that. That 4th column is still open for red there. Now, one thing about being in farm arrays is we have the square of do not use the puffball. So some paths are much harder.
Knowing that Cyrillith has grapple worm, it should be easier. A little bit, because most of the time farm arrays are open spaces, so you can't use the grapple worm, but
can be
in some cases you still have the possibility.
Can be easy to get up on top of the deer with the grapple as well.
Yes.
Cyrillith already has 1 egg. They just brought one down. There's 2 eggs up here. I think Cyrillith's going to get an easy 3 eggs hatch here. I believe there's 4 in the area right here. If Dodd can get this square as well, that basically makes it really, really hard for Blue to come back from, because they haven't gotten a whole lot of squares in total. Comparative to Cyrillith. And Died's team.
Oh no, Cyrillith, no!
It's not in a good spot. Cyrillith's got to go back to Skylands. That shouldn't be too bad for them.
It was so unlucky. Cyrillith would just drop stun just straight to the mouth of this lizard.
Yeah. Thought that'll happen. Era and Leon both in the same place. It's not really what you want to have happen.
Oh no, the died. No, again.
Did not do the swim quite right. I feel like they did that on purpose so they could reset the Leviathan.
Because Leviathan was stuck.
Even if died only gets this square, I think it'll still help red out a lot. Especially with blocking that second column. But I have a feeling blue team will not be going for that column, as Cyrilith, I know, has a good amount of kills on the total points square. We are halfway through this match. Whatever team has the most squares at the end of 2 hours will just win. Just so everyone is aware. Leon still has that chimney pearl in their stomach. If I remember. Brutal bingo this time around. Well, the main thing that I have seen is that a lot of these things don't really connect together. You're doing a lot to really get anything, or it's just weird ones like eat noodle flies.
They're just two with shaded, two with shoreline, one with farm race. No, died again. Just died.
Died still super going for this square. Era's really strategizing on what they need to do, but as they're just sitting here, they're going to lose the hatch eggs. So I do not see anything working out on that end. Because Cyrilith is in the location where you would do this. Like Leon's going back up to industrial, doing the funny jumps. Cyrilith being much slower this time. Cyrilith has gotten, I believe, most, if not all, the squares on the board for their team. So I guess
One
that
square.
depends.
I remember the one square was get by died, and that's all. Everything else was by Cyrilith.
I don't know how many eggs this is right now. It is at least 2. No, it looks like they do have all 3. Definitely don't want to lose getting that. So now Era's team needs to really figure out what they want to do. Now that that is blocked. So maybe they're thinking about the first 2 columns now. They really just need to get squares. It's not gonna... I don't think either team's gonna get a bingo. I like how Leon's just sitting there with the bingo up with a green lizard directly underneath him. It's kind of fun.
Come on, died. You can do it. You can.
Those 2 horizontals at the top can be potentially dangerous, yes. I believe Era still has a trade with a merchant item in their stomach. So they could do first column. I do think blue team just needs to get squares. Like, doesn't matter. Just get things. It really doesn't matter where the location of these squares are.
Did just Leviathan got stuck again?
Yeah, died is still not having it. I don't know. I've not seen them use a jetfish. Or maybe I just hasn't been looking at the right times. I'm not sure why they're not using a jetfish. They will not show up for died. It will always show up eventually. It can't not.
Keyword eventually.
No, I haven't seen a jetfish either. Although why they only stay up here is a bit strange to me. Looks like Leon got the outskirts pearl again. Cyril's still thinking about what they want to do. I think they just need to get the farm raise pearl. And then I don't know what else you would really want to do. Not sub jetfishes on Survivor. Okay. There is not any. Why? Why is that the case? Looks like they did get it this time. That was really good from Died. Can't do it better than that. They just need to not die. Which now the Leviathan is camping them, so...
I did. I am died, so I am not died. Died is finally not died. I'm not dead. Hi.
I'm missing where Leon saved here. I believe this is an industrial, if I am not wrong. Era has not moved in
Several
7
minutes for now.
Okay, no, never mind. I'm telling Leon go to drainage, eat some hazers. Maybe see if you can go through garbage into shoreline. I mean, maybe they don't want to fill that square, but it just go into garbage. It does not matter. I feel like some people are going to be a lot more scared to do those things.
Yes! Died did it!
Died
The
finally
Leviathan
locking
square.
in Leviathan square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
The
8, 9.
legend fell.
Red's got 9 squares. So they're doing good. However, from this point on, it's really just a slog of what square are you going to work on right now. Not sure what Died's plan is right now. I'd probably try to get into drainage would be my goal, and then I'm going for hazers, and then maybe I try to bring it to shoreline. Okay, Era is moving now. It's finally happening. I think it's going to try to go to industrial again. What is the plan, though? Abandoning Farm Raised Pearl. No one cares. I guess the big thing is they don't want to lose the don't touch puffball.
We should refresh the stream. Because Era was moving, like chat says, several minutes before. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Era did have a death. Both going to industrial is the question. As Cyrilith is going for the Farmer Raised Pearl, maybe they are thinking about how Farmer Raised Pearl would be easier if it kind of seemed like Cyrilith is in Sky Islands, which they might know that they are. It's like Cyrilith did not get that pearl, from what I noticed. But they are going to be able to eat a hazer here in... It's like 2 of them, actually, in farm arrays. But they're keeping one alive, or I'm not sure if they ate it or not. The second one. Bring one to shoreline.
Alright, there was one time the lower, this one, light red, farm race pearl. One time I remember. So this is not like always happened. Even if you have missed Alred, but we changed the pearl because it was, in the first place it was the light red one, but because we have the square with a band spore puff, it's pretty complicated to get the light red without spore puffs. This is the pink one, this pearl.
Yes, it is the one Cyrilith is going towards, and not the deer pearl. It was the deer pearl the 2 other times. Cyrilith does know how to go upwards with grapples, though, so that worked out. Looks like they did go down for the hazers and came back up. Cyrilith is getting not 2 squares, but they did get progress on eating hazers. But them getting the pearl square there is definitely going to make it really, really hard for blue. I think it's pretty much over for blue at this point. Red has still 3 bingo opportunities, one being the top right to bottom left diagonal. Although I do not think they're thinking about that. Just the 2 horizontals at the top are the most important. They also still technically have the left column, but no one really has progress in that other than the pearl that Cyrilith just got. No one even cares about squid cicadas, which is just the weirdest thing to me. You can do white squid through 2 gates really easily. Maybe I'm just the person that has that much experience with the old Pebbles route and bringing squids through gates, but it is not that bad. Especially if you're getting the outskirts one. They feeling Cyrilith is dying on purpose for a passage?
It looks so, because
Aira is entering garbage. So they're now no longer going to be able to get that square. I wonder what their plan is here, though. Maybe it is bring the Dark Squid Cicada into Shaded. That would be an interesting path. Something I'm now thinking about. Leon going to do Vulture Cheese for points. They're killing this grub, but there's the other grub you can get later. I don't really understand what Cyrilith's plan is, because they're purposely dying here again. There's no reason to die right there, unless they're trying really hard to get on that deer and I just missed it. They're not using a passage, so I'm not sure what's going on. Alright, so Cyrilith's going the other way, it looks like. Really doesn't want to touch the puffballs. I feel like if you're red, you just don't really need to do much at all. I feel like it's really hard for blue to catch up in any capacity. Respawning Hazer, it's possible. I don't know the stats on the Hazer respawning. For normal creatures, for Survivor, it's 30%. But this is a placed object, that being the Hazer, so it might work like Popcorn, which would be after 7 cycles. If they are purposely going for that, that does seem like a good plan. And it does feel like that's what they're doing. Era doing the standard path through garbage. They are passing the other scavenger merchant here in garbage. I think it was the best play to enter garbage for this. They're taking out the lantern they had from way long ago. Trade to this guy. Hopefully they trade correctly. I think nerves is kind of getting to everyone. I don't know what just happened or why that didn't count. That guy grabbed it immediately, but also I would have walked out into the open for that. Not stand in the enclosed area. But I do not believe the scavenger merchant noticed that it was Aira that dropped it. So it's hard to say. I don't know if they're going to quit out here. But we'll talk to production for a second to see what they think about that. Just for the sake of not having to do that again. Because we know that they did the trade correctly. Leon is making it to... Alright, we are going to tell Aira that if they save, we'll have them have that square. Aira, kill the merchant, get that lantern. Are we sure about that? I know they traded at least one lantern. And I wouldn't imagine they would put the wrong lantern in their stomach. Leon is making it, I believe this is the highest they've gotten into Chimney so far. Sorelith is using their passage. I don't know what their plan was. I feel like they were trying to respawn the Hazer, but it may not have worked. I don't know the mechanics on it. So the one thing so people know, you do not need to win by bingo.
You can win if you collect more than...
Yes, if you get more than half of the squares, you can still win. And the other part of it is at 2 hours in, the team with the most squares will also win. If Leon can get the vulture cheese well, then
okay, they got the Hazer.
It will be really big for blue team here, as that's 2 squares. Cirilla still has a lot of kills, so that's still a lot of points they'll have to get. And the fact that vultures, there won't be that many for Survivor, really. Okay, we are going to say that Aira did get that top left square. So we are going to go forward with that. Leon actually is going into Sky Islands. Isn't going to do Karma Cheese, the Vulture Cheese. I'm really surprised we're not really seeing a lot more attempts for points here. What are... I guess...
I'm more
Man.
surprised we have now Squid squares.
I guess he could go for White Squid Cicada through 2 gates, which if you bring one here in Sky Islands over to the wall, that isn't too bad. Era here in Garbage Wastes. Now that we can actually be here, what would be good? There are Squid Cicadas here. I don't know if they're both colors. Oh, Leon's messing with the merchant here. I'm not really sure why. We don't need that anymore. It's not worth anything to us. White squid's next to the shoreline gate. What is Leon's plan here? I don't know if they're going for explosive spears or what their thought is. Both of these scavengers in here are also marked as scavenger merchants, which is interesting. Cerilith back in outskirts is interesting. Seems like they're going for pearls.
Okay, we have less than half an hour.
Hera's gonna have trouble going through here. Dyed is escaping subterranean here. So red does have 12 squares. So I believe they need to get 2 more squares to win. This little swim here in garbage is difficult. Leon didn't make the jump underneath Sky Islands. I'm not sure what was going on. I guess they thought they either went a different way or they didn't have that square in the top left when they do.
I'm so right now focused on Died because this room is my personal nemesis.
As you don't press jump, you can do quite well through here, but it is definitely hard. You don't want to touch any ceilings. You want to do a squiggly motion. You can't just hold left or right. Vulture in garbage wastes. Bit annoying to deal with this small amount of water. Cerilith is going for kills is what it seems like. I believe actually red team will win if they get 1 more square because blue team can no longer get the enter every region. It's a garbage waste square. So it will be over if red team gets 1 more square. Died in drainage. has the chance to get a Hazer as well. Honestly, they probably don't need to do too much at this point. Era being maybe a bit too conservative at this point. If you're ever in this situation, just hold left or right, or go the opposite direction of whatever platform the Vulture is on. The moment the Vulture is walking and not in the air, it's incredibly easy to outspeed them. I think their hesitation also messed them up from being able to get to the pipe there as well. But understanding how to go through this area is definitely something you only get through experience of doing this quite a lot. And then even then, just because it's the event, you're going to want to play safe. You really don't want to die, especially now that you've sacrificed getting that one square. I haven't been paying attention to Sereth getting kills. As far as we know, they've gotten their last kill here for the 280 points. They definitely have a lot of points, because they've survived and been killing things more than anyone else. Died still in the death tunnel near the drainage pearl. Thought of pipe yard pearl being very real. Well, bringing pearls to pipe yard. But maybe they're not going for that. There are hazers here, though. However, we've already eaten 3. But they can bring 1 to shoreline, but they opted not to go for that. Era coming up the back way into the scavenger toll, I'm realizing. I believe that's what this is. I'm not sure what their plan is. Of all pathing, this isn't the greatest. Do get to eat a centipede, though. Although I understand if people aren't as knowledgeable of how everything connects in garbage wastes. Especially if they're potentially thinking about bringing that squid cicada into shaded. I don't think Aira has another spear here, making this much harder. Cyrilla's still going around for kills. I believe this is the end of cycle closing in for Aira here. They can definitely still make it, but I'm not sure what their plan is. Died actually did die. I didn't notice that. But they're back at the beginning of drainage here. Are fighting anything they come in path with, it seems like. I think at this point, Aira's kind of thinking it's over. The shelter is in this room that they're in right now, is one thing.
But it seems Aira will be crushed by the rain faster.
That should be fine.
Oh, come on, come on, come on. Ooh, that was close.
That room fills with water, as I understand. Hazer through shoreline, to get to the 2 gates. Also, Leon still has the chimney pearl in their stomach. I don't
For some reason.
know what everyone's plan is. Aira can get the Dark Squizicada into Shaded through the Shaded connection Garbage Waste has. So I have a feeling that's what she's thinking. And then Died, I believe, is trying to exist while Cyrilus trying to kill everything they can. So that's kind of where we're at, is it's kind of a lot of weird priorities. If Leon can somehow get a bunch of kills before Cyrilus does, blue team has a much better chance of winning.
It's just a race without purpose.
But I guess the big thing also is people have had the chance to get a lot of these squares for quite a long time, but maybe they just see them as, oh, that's really annoying. I'm not even going to think it exists. But at this point, blue team needs every single square they can get, or they lose. But they need to get all of them in 20 minutes. Because right now, they can't get the enter every region except Garbage Waste. And Leon had an unfortunate death in Sky Islands here with the jumps. Getting real close to the Squid Cicadas, but didn't fully make it. Still have high karma, though, because of karma flowers, however.
And Cyrilov, it seems, still tries to get the points.
I think Died's going for the full... Actually, no, Let's see if they go all the way to Garbage Waste or not. It'd be interesting if they do go to Garbage Waste, because then that gives blue team more of a chance to come back, because now neither team can get that square.
Ooh.
Man, Leon has to get all the way back up Sky Islands to have another chance at this. I did not realize they saved this far down. I think a lot of minor planning things are falling apart for Leon and Aira, and they still did a lot of good things. But Cyrilith had probably the best routing you could really think of when it came to this. They were pretty slow going at it, more being safe with a lot of stuff, but it allowed them to get to a lot of positions where they could do stuff that Leon and Aira couldn't even contest with at the time, such as immediately going to Industrial, getting the 4 Karma Flowers, then going to Sky Islands, purposely killing the egg bugs and getting those kills for both Hunter and just hitting 2 egg bugs. Getting pearls on the way. They got the blue friend in Sky Islands as well. And then they worked on getting the 3 eggs, which was really easy at the top of Farm Arrays. Got the Farm Arrays pearl with the help of the grapple as well, and getting the 2 hazers eaten that way so they could passage out and get the last one after. Died was able to get the dodge, the bite, furthering Red's team's lead there. It's like Aira's going to go to Shoreline. If they have a hazer, this works out for them, but I'm unsure what they have. Aira can pass. The moment they grab it, they can pass. Aira did swallow Hazer. Okay. Died is not having a good time. That's what happens when you're in this situation. It is not good unless you really know how to deal with going through drainage like this. We've had this happen for a few different people in a few different situations where it is just an uncommon situation where unless you have that experience dealing with it, it's really, really hard, such as Died going through drainage backwards. Very difficult. They're not even doing the more optimal pathing, which they may not know that you can go that way and that the pole has been extended. since Downpour. There is actually squids here for Aira. I don't know what Aira's plan is, but I'd take one of these. Think of sub as one way? Yes. In very rare cases, use it for entering shoreline.
Or for outer expenses.
Yes. But even then, that's even more one way. "15 minutes left. Aira's trying to think about how to get past these leashes. They just dropped into the water instead of jumping. I'm not sure what was going on there. That's unfortunate. They're not going to get the hazer to shoreline here. Just barely, the last jump. I wonder if you did take a Squidcicada into shoreline, if you can bring it to shaded. CTVs being actually useful? Where are you finding CTVs be more useful? Is the question that I'm not sure about. It's like Leon is going for more kills here from everything I'm seeing. Especially with fighting this vulture. It's interesting to see a spear marked to trading to a scab merchant move around like that. Also, yes, the pole that Died is on right now is the one that was extended so that you could easily jump to it. Immediately after the very long wall jumping segment, you don't need any of that though. You can still get by it. I understand it is a bit rough. Aira is still taking the hard path through here. I don't know if there's a hazer here I'm just not aware of. Or maybe it is just because of where they saved. And they don't feel like going back a long way would be worth it. Is there the next room? Okay. Are kind of still having a slow death here. Where blue can't really do much, but red also can't finish it out. Which I also find just as interesting, because Died can't do anything for a while. I don't even know if they still have a passage. I think people need to think about using their passage. Don't be... If you know you can get a square from using a passage, like, easily, just do it. Like, if it's bring Chimney Pearl to Moon, and you started in Shaded, and you immediately got the Chimney Pearl, I'd just teleport straight back to Shaded and then finish it out. Because you know the other team can't stop you. And it's quite a hard square to get as it is. Of course, there is still the thing of, while you're getting that hard square, all the easier squares are going to get gotten by the other team. So you're kind of between the two sides. Like, one of the big things that a lot of players in future matches need to be thinking about is the weird squares on this board. That being every single one having to deal with Squidcicadas. Really, really thinking about those. And how actually, they're not too bad if you route it right. But if you're not thinking about it, and you think it's too hard from the beginning, you just purposely will go out of your way to not do it while doing other things. Finally got 90 points. Well, if Cirilla saves here, and that is a big red squared, I think this is red team winning.
It will be 13 now. If they get a square.
Yes. And only because blue team entered garbage waste, they cannot win anymore. So this makes it so red team wins. So
Wow, that was long.
Another very long match. Really drawn out. A lot of really good punches from both teams right at the beginning, but then red team had a slow burn of just one square and another square, and it's blocking what blue team was doing. Very, very good play from both teams. Again, I don't want to say, like, I know it felt really one-sided. I know it was a lot of red team just getting so many squares and then getting all over the board. Blue team did very good. It was very back and forth. Blue team got a lot of very good squares onto the board. And then they didn't really know how to improvise and go for a lot of different squares. And they thought maybe these squares would be too hard, or they had issues going to Sky Islands a lot, which was unfortunate. So things just happened.
The start was equal. The start was equal just at the end. Red team just incredibly went forward.
Yes. I think Cirillith and his decision making throughout the entirety of the run, really, I don't even know what he was thinking, but because this is a mess of a board. There's no like, yeah, I want to go here, and then I'm gonna do this, and I finish these multiple things. Everything's just everywhere, or it's just like, oh, just do X thing. I think one thing that was also unfortunate was that tame blue. As it turns out, I don't think really anyone really knows this. You can't tame a blue with a snail. Which, if it had been any other way, it would have been okay. And then we had the eat hazers. I don't know what happened with the hazer, but that was basically the only thing in Industrial that could have been fed to a blue lizard to be taming them. But alright. Do you have anything else to say about the match, Martin?
Well, match was surprisingly long. It was surprising in some squares. For example, I thought that Squid Cadus would be one of the first to complete.
Yes. I am glad to see.
Some funny. It has some funny moments. For example, the history of Diet and Leviathan dodge. This was painful.
Very big challenge was that one. I think one of the other things was just how hard so I believe blue team was really thinking about that 3 pearls to pipe yard. 3 pearls is a lot. And so that might have really kept them away from really doing that square when that could have helped out quite a lot. But even then, the 3 noodle fly, very difficult to do. All right, so let me check for everyone here. Our next match will be tomorrow, I believe, starting at the same time that this match started, but we'll check just to make sure.
It will be on the half of hour earlier.
So it'll be starting at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So we started at 1:30 today, but it'll be at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Will be our next match. Additionally, for people who do not know, I will be performing in the Fastest First Speedrun Marathon, and I'll be performing the Saint Story Speedrun for the marathon. There's also an incentive of whether I do the any percent or the story run for that marathon. So if you want to see speedrun marathon, see me do the Saint speedrun, which I also just got the world record for that just last night. I will be doing that in not. I'll be doing that in 9 hours from right now. So at 1 a.m. Eastern is when it'll be. We'll also be posting it on the announcements just after this match. But again, thank you all for watching. I have been Fluffy, not Ice. I have taken over Fluffy's body. Yes.
And I've been Martin. That's all. Wait,
All right.
thank you, Fluffy.
Well, thank you for being here, for commentating, Martin. And we will see all of you tomorrow for our next bingo match. All right. Thank you all.